introduce them, spitting the damn rum and shit, and you gonna make mockery of this shit, man? So what I'm trying to say here is, for some reason he was getting ready to do what the spirit realm said is he had found the momentum in this particular Black Panther thing, and he was running this shit, and them crackers said, you got to go. And then they line them boys up and they poison his ass. You see what I'm saying? They poison him. So that's the stuff going on. But I'm trying to say, they authenticated these Jews by, the Jews started talking that anti-Semitism thing, and that was a plot. That's how they get the riches. You see what I'm saying? With that stuff. So that's a key. That's how that particular stuff goes. Now, let's go into some stuff on what you need to understand how this particular thing works on the dream realm. All right. Like I said, let me get something. Y'all all right? All right then. Let's get this right. So to try to understand something. As a matter of fact, there's a psychology book called James Hillman book, The Dream and the Underworld. I named the title of the lecture. There's a psychology book called The Dream and the Underworld. There's also a Jung book on dreams. You see. The Dream and the Underworld by James Hillman. You know, real technical, but it's pretty good stuff. The Dream and the Underworld. We're going to walk through a couple of other things also. Now, the Dreamland. The Dreamland. This is H.P. Lovecraft take on it, on the Dreamland. And I talked about this the last time, so I want to go into this based on what I read the last time we was here, to go into this particular science on the dreams. Now, the Dreamlands are alternative dimensions accessible through a person's dreams. Earlier in life, most people can enter dreamland at will. But as adulthood approaches, the gateways closes for the majority of those dreamers. Only a few adults can be able to enter into dreamland again through certain use of narcotics or simply by searching their dreams. Now, that's the key. That's the key. Because they had a little experiment here now. They had the most that went with the little natural way. They had a good sleep. But then we had the ones that went with the blue pill. The blue pill. Unisom. Like I've been telling you. Get the blue pill. Everybody I am finally convinced to take the blue pill. She got the blue pill one day and dreamed the next day they came back and stole about 6 of my damn blue pills. So, baby, what's that up in your damn pocket right there and shit? And she's a witness bearer ever since. Why do I say that? Because the natural way is one way, but if you want to break through, see, they just said, now look, why I said that you got to have the blue pill on this type thing. Now, this is very interesting because in the book, we get some scholarship in the book, your body's own melatonin, your body's own natural defense system. You ever get that? There's a section in there where they talk about sleep. Melatonin, the book is called Melatonin, Your Body's Own Natural Defense System. Is that it?
It's the body's own miracle drug.
Melatonin, Your Body's Own Miracle Drug. Is that the name of it? Yeah. Melatonin, your body's own miracle drug. Okay, there you go. Okay, there you go. There you go. There you go. Okay, we got it. I didn't bring the book, so therefore. Melatonin, your body's own natural wonder drug. By Russell J. Reeder and Joe Robinson. Not J-O-E, but J-O, Joe Robinson. Russell J. Reeder and Joe Robinson. And they was talking about the sleep. And in that chapter, they said, well, one of the greatest things about the sleep that everybody used to use for years was alcohol. But the alcohol wears off in the middle of the night. So you don't get to the damn dream realm. Then they talked about different sleep aids and stuff like that and all. But then they said that the best one they knew to date, first of all, they said the whole tryptophan thing, which the government took off. We had the tryptophan tablets. They took them off the market. But we tried the tryptophan. And we got a good arrest, but you didn't get the dreamland. We're dealing with some science shit here, y'all. Come on now. For all y'all niggas who ain't scared, everybody want to get to heaven, but nobody want to die. No pain, no gain. No, it's cool. It's totally safe. Totally safe. We took the tryptophan, got a good sleep, we couldn't get to dreamland. All right. The dreamland, but in the book, they said the best thing they know was the stuff that uniform is made out of. What is called?
It's dimethyl something with the, anyway, it's a double alcohol with the, what's that one they take for motion sickness? Come on, Grandma.
Dramamine. Something Dramamine. Dimethyltramamine. See, these are the two sisters from Grady. See, them motherfuckers work at Grady. So you know them some good ass nurses and shit. Cause that'd be a circus come up in that motherfucker. You was liable to have a motherfucker come with a whole fucking head gone, talking. Be so fucked up, don't even know he dead. They saw it all up in there. So these motherfuckers is high-powered shit. They ain't working in some little old outpost right there and all where some motherfucker got a hurt toenail. They working with the real deal shit over the years. I'm quite sure these motherfuckers here done seen some stuff at Grady. So I'm liable to go with what the fuck they say. You see what I'm saying? Because them niggas up in the goddamn meat market up there. The grinder. What's that?
She said dimethyl something.
Yeah.
And there's a book called DMT. It is talking about dimethyl. I can't even say. I don't even know what it is. But it's called DMT.
DMT.
The spirit molecule.
The spirit molecule.
And it's talking about
and guess who?
research.
Right, and guess who's the one who was trying to buy me the book? I said, I'll get it later. She was all mad. The sister, this Richard King, the sister that worked with Richard King from Detroit, she was trying to buy me the book in Detroit, the DMT book. The DMT book. So here it is, and here's this thing here. But in the damn Russell J. Reader, they said that was the best thing. I said, I knew that fucking blue pill. One thing about that cracker, man, he does some research. That's what he good for. He'll dissect some shit. He might kill up 1 million people to do it. But he'll get to the bottom of it. Hell, he might take 100 niggas to do it. You see what I'm saying? You see, in the name of research, man, he might kill up 1 million grandmamas and everybody else out of your race to do it. But he'll get to the bottom of it sooner or later after 100,000 bodies. That's just his method. That the book, The Black Goddess and the Unseen Real. Go on the internet. You might be able to get some copies if you go on the internet. This one is by Peter Red Grove alone. It's a badass. You get that book? Y'all get that book? Shit, you know. Black Goddess and the Unseen Real. And in there they say that the white man dissects things. Might take them 100 years, but the black man know how to observe. The African used to know how to observe. They got some shit on the minstrel. They got some shit on a riddle that was given to Solomon. It was a riddle was given to Solomon, and it messed him up. He was thinking he was the most wise man, and Sheba gave him a damn riddle he could not damn solve. I forgot what that thing. You know that riddle? Damn, I should have brought the book. But anyway. In there they talk about how the black man observes things. How the black man observes things, you know, and how the white man dissect. So now, dealing with that particular blue pill, they say it in the book that that's the most potent stuff. And I'm telling you, I don't talk at all because that's what I do. You know what I'm saying? I take all this shit. I took the valerian wood, I took all that shit, but I got onto that blue pill. And that blue pill take a nigga to dream realm. Now, we get ready to go into some shit that went down in the dream realm. Then this shit spilled over into the damn physical. And man, we've been partying up a damn storm, man. Shit, man, it's been on. It's been on, man. We've been partying up a doggone storm, man. So now going on. So the blue pill. For all y'all ones that want to get with it, get the blue pill. Get the blue pill. Unisom. Gel. Don't get the one, the gel capsule. That's pharmaceutical. Sex and drugs. That's Robert Anton Wilson got a book called Sex and Drugs. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll. That's that double music. All right, now. All right, y'all ready? Everything the church is against. Everything T.D. Jakes and them is against. Go against anything them motherfuckers tell you, because you done had 150 years of church and you done had 150 years of hell. So obviously you need to change your theology. You need to change your damn theology. They demand more money and you get absolutely no knowledge. You know, that's the sad thing about it. They at least need to teach people about death. It'd make it a lot better if you knew about death. Because when your people die, you'll say, damn, the motherfuckers left me behind. Oh, well. Because the brother that died, the one I told you that was real nice, and died, so I called some people to get in touch with that nigga. She was like, man, I don't know who this brother is here, man, but he got a line of people. He had a line about 2 miles long, people coming by to shake his hand. I said, damn. I said, you getting that brother some ass. That's what shit. It was like, shit. Oshun said, fuck it, I'm going. I'm saying, damn, he's a bad boy. He getting the goddesses to go in to sleep with him. He was up there cooling. It was in the movie Frighteners. Remember when we had a little white boy, he was a little old nerd. They said, man, he's a chick magnet up here. You see. So when this brother here went to the other side, man, I was like, shit, man, hell, I'm the player up here. I'm the player from the Himalayas up this brother here. I am the Ayatollah Ho controller. Pipping holes and slamming Cadillac doors. See, y'all think this stuff funny, but see, Rudy Ray Moore was talking that doggone sexual ecology mythology. Rudy Ray Moore was talking that Petey reached straw and dolomite and put it in a mythological form. Well, all you got to do is goddamn go get Shiva mythology. He doing the same thing. Got ran out of South America for fucking steers. Fucked the she elephant until she broke down in tears. Y'all say, oh, that's a... No, go get... Oh, you say, oh, that nigga, that crazy. Well, go get the Jesus myth. I told you there's no such thing as Jesus. That's a composite. You got to go and get the Shiva mythology. So they took the Shiva mythology of the wives and the doggone sage thing, and they reduced that thing down to a doggone Mary Magdalene, and you get one little sentence. You see what I'm saying? But even Jesus was like, hey, why you hanging out with her? Because just like the black man, always hang around a motherfucker gonna give you some booty. Even Jesus knew that shit. Damn, y'all niggas baking that bread and that old fish. Shit, Mary Magdalene got it going on. She got skills. Why did they put that in there? Why the motherfucker, the only one you see him hanging around with is a hoe? There's a movie called Picking Up All the Pieces with Woody Allen. Now, I told you about that the last time. Did I tell y'all about that? Movie called Picking Up All the Pieces with Woody Allen. It's on video. You can get it at Blockbuster. You can rent it. And in the movie, there was a girl, this woman, she was, man, this guy was really married, Woody Allen was married to this girl, and man, she was screwing everything. She had a damn, the doggone voicemail would come in, man, and the sheriff would call, the firemen would call, everybody would call. Where you been? You know, and he up in the house, and he's married to her, he got mad and killed her. And go dump her shit in Mexico, go dump her body off in Mexico, and he buried all the stuff, but he lost the hand. But when she was killing him, she gave him the finger before he killed her. And the finger was stuck like that there. So what happened was, she lost the hand, and a dog picked the hand and took it into this little town. And a blind woman picked up the hand, and she started to see. And the hand started healing people, and they thought it was a hand of the Virgin Mary. But it was a hand of the damn prostitute, or the hoe. And the hand had magical powers. And there was one little black midget, he was like, man, I'm a black man, but a little thing like this, you know I'm fucked up. So they gave him a long thing. This woman said, you know, I got little chi-chis. She got big chi-chis. It was giving them all this damn thing. And there was, man, the church came and this shit was magical, but it was the hand of a hoe. And they had Eddie Griffin up in there saying, hell, even Jesus had a hoe. I didn't say he was a pimp, but he had a hoe. And so you think in the movie all comical and stuff like that, but this shit got metaphysical meaning, because it is the scarlet woman, or the harlot, is to be raised up. It is the Shekinah in the mythology of the Kabbalah, the Kabbalistic thing, and the Kabbalistic people are the people that put together some of the Bible and encoded it. And it is the Shekinah, which is the fallen daughter, is the most sacred. You see what I'm saying? The Shakti power is dealing with sex. We're going to get into this in a few minutes. Y'all just bear with me. I know you think I'm discussing some other stuff, but man, you got to hear this shit on how this thing get ready to go down. So just bear with me. What time we got? You bear with me. You got to hear this thing. Now, okay, I'll 15 minutes. So we're going to come back tomorrow, but you got to hear this. I got to go into dream, and I got to go into how this thing going to go down. It's just so bizarre, but you got to hear this thing here. You see what I'm saying? It's a riddle and it's a joke, and that's the way it's going to unfold. It's not going to unfold like anything that the church said. But remember, the church is still basing their shit off of Revelation, and Revelation is an alchemical piece that came out of Persia. You know, I told you I got that book, J.R. Berlin. What's that one? Parallel Myths. You know the name of that? Parallel Myths by J.R. or J.T. Berlin. Berlin. Parallel myths. Just remember that parallel myth. And they show the Persian apocalypse, which is the one that they stole, and they show the Christian apocalypse. And this shit is an alchemical thing. So I'm going to tell you what the alchemical thing is and how this shit unfolds. It ain't got nothing to do with no locusts in the sky, no stuff like that. Now, okay, going back to this thing here. So this movie, picking up all the pieces you got to get, is a Woody Allen movie. A Woody Allen movie. Now, going back to the dream thing. Y'all all right? Okay. The dreamland. Early in life, the people entered into dreamland at will. But as the gateway closes as the majority of dreamers during the time of adulthood. A few adults can enter into dreamland again through the use of certain narcotics or simply searching their dreams. So whenever you do the blue pill, get your little tablet and put it by your bed and record your dreams as soon as you get up. Some physical portholes between the dreamlands and the waking world do exist, but these gateways are few and often found in dangerous locales. That's for the white folks. In both realms. The journey to the dreamland typically begins when a dreamer descends down the 70 steps of slumber to the cavern of the flame. That's why when I was doing it, they say, keep on dreaming. You got to go back under the night. Keep going under, keep going under. So then I had me going under for the last 2 months. And I'm going to show you what happened when we went under in a few minutes. Now, so the journey is 70 steps of slumber to the cavern of the flame will meet, and the high priest Nashat and Kamantar, two priests, find the dreamer worthy, and that he may enter and continue down to the 100 steps of slumber into the enchanted wood. After avoiding the dangers of this wood, the dreamer is free to roam in the land of the dream. Now, what is going on? The land of the dream. When I did a ritual, I did a major ritual at doing Super Bowl night of 2000. And nothing really came. It came in the next ritual about 2 weeks later, and then the voodoo entities came and was crawling all over my face. But that night, only one thing came. The world that you're looking for and the world that's going to come is in the land of dreams. It's the next frontier, or they call it the new frontier, has nothing to do with the waking world. It is in the dream realm, and that's the realm that you go into. You see what I'm saying? Well, that's all the same thing. I'm just saying, lucid dreaming, it's all the same thing. That's what happens when you take the blue pill. You see, it's a shortcut. All right, so, okay, now, it's a shortcut. See what I'm saying? Now, so now, bear with me. Dealing with this particular dream thing. And we'll deal with some more stuff. We'll deal with some more stuff tomorrow and all this type of stuff here. To sleep, certain neurochemical processes must first take place. Interfering with these chemicals consequently interferes with one's ability to sleep. Melatonin is a hormone produced by the pineal gland during the nighttime, which promotes sleepiness and dispersing melatonin production. Oh, excuse me, I'm gonna go left. Disturbing melatonin. I don't know how to get dispersing. Disturbing melatonin production is just the way that the sleep can be prevented. So this is an article talking about how the government is stopping people from dreaming with ELF waves, electromagnetic waves. That's why take the majority of your electrical appliances out of your bedroom. You see what I'm saying? You put them in the other room and stuff, but take them out of your doggone bedroom. You see what I'm saying? Because you know when the TV is off, it's on. All you got to do is wake up in the middle of the night and see that little white dot up in the shit. You see what I'm saying? More insidious ways of depressing the production involve chemical and extremely low frequency electromagnetic waves. Fluoride, also mentioned, is a substance that accumulates in the pineal gland after being swallowed through fluoride water. So I said no fluoride. Fluoride essentially crystallizes and hardens the pineal gland, disturbing it of the proper melatonin production abilities. ELF radiation can have adverse effects on the pineal gland as well as depending on the frequency of the radiation. Now, so they are stopping the dream thing through the electrical ELF waves. That's why they got a whole section in the Russell J. Reader's book on melatonin about all the shit that stops and prohibits the flow of melanin. Now, the key here is we can bypass all that shit with the blue pill. With that blue pill. Because all the other shit ain't gonna work. Because it's too natural. You need a breakthrough. Every now and then in alchemy, that's all pharmaceutical is. I told you, pharmaceutical ain't bad because we've been doing it for thousands of years. It's just that when you say only pharmaceutical, but one of the motherfuckers they was on the money with was that blue pill. Get the blue pill and quit bullshitting. What's that, brother? Take about 3 days. About 3 good days. Yeah, about 3 good days a week. You know what I'm saying? About 3 good days a week. It's very safe and it's not even habit forming. This is what the deal is. Let me tell you how bad this shit is. Because when you get into the dream realm, see what happens is this. Here's the doorway. Here's you. The more you dream, bam, you here. When you get here, you don't go back when you lose the sleep. You go back here, boom. Then you go here, boom. And let's say you might go away a month, don't sleep. You'll still be here. When you come back, boom. That's the key. Now I got up here, and last week, I'm laying in the bed. I woke up. Somebody rang the damn phone. You know what I'm saying? You know, if you really want to get to the dreamland, you got to cut your goddamn phone ringer off. Because, like Murphy's Law, them motherfuckers, if they can call, they will call. It ain't never about no emergency. It's about some small talk. So if you really want to get funky, if you know, cut the damn ring off, because them Negroes don't call now. So, I came out of the damn dream state. I'm so far into it. So I'm talking to the person on the phone, and like this, talking, looking at the damn wall. And when I closed my eyes, the damn dream was still going on. I said, oh shit. Close my eyes and still see some shit walking around in the dream. I said, look at that shit here. That's when I know that the dream was not something that your mind plays on you. It was actually another realm. Because I closed my eyes and the dream was still going on. You know what I'm saying? The dream was still going on. And I said, wait a minute, hold on. I said, wait a minute, hold on. I don't believe I'm seeing this shit right here. Close my eyes again. The person on the phone just talking, you know. So that, you know, and I closed my eyes again and the damn motherfucker still walking around in the damn dream. I said, oh shit. I said, damn, now I must have fall in there. Okay. Now, in this book they say when a person dreams, now because there's a movie called Dreamscape is a good movie. But there's a movie called it's called The Thirst. The Thirst or something. I think it's called The Thirst with Catherine Deneuve and David Bowie. They vampires. But there's a section up in there was a black man, they're doing sleep research. And the black man says, it's not how much sleep you get, but what kind of sleep you get. So this is the deal about the blue pill. It's not a sedative. You can take the blue pill, and it don't even make you go to sleep. It takes about an hour and a half to work. What it does is it enhances your sleep. So we're not talking about how much sleep you get, but what kind of sleep you get. And that's what the Upanishads is saying. When a person goes to deep sleep, they go closer to their selves. They go to their higher selves. So what happened with the blue pill, it don't kick in until you go to sleep. It don't kick in until you go to sleep. You know. Just, about an hour before. Now, to stay out long enough, you will get drowsy, but it's basically a sleep enhancer. So in the movie The Thirst, they say it's not how much sleep you get, but what type of sleep you get. In the Upanishads, they talk about that deep sleep realm. So that's just it. So this natural stuff will give you a good sleep. I ain't talking about no good sleep. I'm talking about going up in a motherfucking room and walking around. You see what I'm saying? What's that, brother?
I just wanted to bear witness. I couldn't take the Unison. I took the Salmonet.
Yeah.
They're like real small. I took like 4 of them.
Oh, shit, nigga.
And when I slept, when I slept, it carried on to the next day. So like the next day I'll be sleeping. The third day I'll be sleeping. And like the third day, I was dreaming I was in this town and I was stuck and I had to figure out how to get out the town. And like I woke up, then I closed my eyes again. I was still in the town.
There you go, brother. There you go. Well, guess what? When I upped the doses to 3 blue pills, that's when the motherfucker happened. I didn't want to damn, work with the 1 and then work with the 2. Now the 2 is dynamite. 2, but start with 1 for you people that just getting into the system. Then go up to 2. The 2 gets you there. But start with the 1 gonna get you there first. Now, first of all, some people say, now what is all this you're talking about? First of all, number 1, the reason why this is safe, because they already know that the only healing you get is when you go to the sleep realm. So whenever you in the sleep realm, hell, if you get shot, if you get poisoned, if you get anything, if you're going to heal what you do, you go to sleep. Motherfucker sleep for a month. And that's what heal them. Not no doctor over them. He been plucked the bullet out of them the first day. It is the healing. They always say you got to get your rest. So them motherfuckers charging your black ass just to sleep. They'll give you a little monitor and hook some little shit up to you and all and give you that old bullshit, the monitor, and put some little old water up in a tube and put it up in the damn bag and shit you all up. You know what I'm saying? It ain't even that. Them crackers saying, that motherfucker, man, he could be at home right now. But the clock is running and we getting cold paid. It's the sleep. It is your higher self that is healing you. Some people say, well, why do some people die? Because the higher self be like, man, this nigga life ain't about shit. It ain't doing nothing. I'm taking my black ass on. I don't want to be down here no way. You know what I'm saying? This nigga ain't doing nothing but going outside playing checkers and talking about some old Michael Jordan. So I'm getting the fuck on. Because the higher self know. I don't want to hang around no planet and talk about no goddamn Michael Jordan. So they get the hell on. It's only when you got work to do, they say, okay, man, I'll endure this hell down here and keep on going. That's why some people die. The spirit be like, oh, shit, I can get the hell on out of here. Now, going into this particular science, this is what happened. We can come back tomorrow, too. Now, going into this particular science, this is what happened. In some of my earlier lectures back in 97, I was looking in the Egyptian papyruses. In the Egyptian papyruses, not earlier, later, but that's later, because I've been doing it since 92. But anyway, I was in the Egyptian papyruses in a Bud's book called The Egyptian Idea of the Afterlife. Egyptian Idea of the Afterlife. And they had a few scenes up in there, and all of a sudden, they got all these different scenes of the people going through these steps and these stairways and all this stuff. And then at the end of the book, the scenes turned into, right before the end of the book, the scenes turned into these tables full of food. They had like all these fish, they had all these fruits. Whatever the Egyptian idea of food was, they had all these large tables. And the Spirit said, oh, I see what's going on here. This is the celebration when the people are getting ready to come out of their long suffering and go into the next world. And they just have this banquet room, this banquet hall of this great celebration. So, in January, most of January, at the beginning of January, I was dreaming, and I ended up, first of all, in the dreams, now this is what's happening. There's a whole nother activity going on in the underworld. Now, to pick it back on what's going on, the black hole opened up on May, where's my book on the black hole, the magazine. The black hole opened up in May 21st of 2001. That's when the Earth went deep inside the black hole. And I showed the Discover magazine, I got it somewhere. The Discover magazine with the black hole. And I showed the astronomy magazine of the black hole that they got out there. And the Earth went into this particular black hole on May 21st. All right. Then 9/11, when the building went down, other spiritual people saw this big hole in the sky. And in so many words, 1 million Damians, or you call demons, the word is Damien, which is nothing but your higher selves or your souls, came through the black hole. And it was 1 million of these entities a day came through the black hole came through the black hole from 9/11 to November, 1 million a day, to join some other entities that was already here. It ended up to be about half of what the Earth total. I think it's about 9 billion on the Earth? Like 9 billion people? So it'll be like 6 billion, or it'll be something like 5 billion of these entities in the other world. So now I'm going into the dreamland. These things are other entities, and this particular earth realm and this physical realm does not have the scenery or the description to describe them. So as a result, in the dream realm, they just give you people. For every entity of your spiritual self, or your spiritual soul, they will give you a human being, just as a symbol or an archetype or an image for you to understand what's going on. You understand? So the dream has to be formatted for your understanding. You understand? So I just noticed, man, that these dreams, it went from being in a schoolhouse with a whole bunch of people into just more and more people in the dreams every day. And I started waking up going, wait, there's more. I mean, it's literally like hundreds of people, then there's thousands of people in the dream. So the spiritual aspect of seals was like, well, those are entities, and they're giving you human beings so that you can understand what's going on. Because we register based on what our minds have been programmed to register, human life. But these are entities and spirits. I say, so, I get it. I'm actually seeing these spiritual entities, but I'm seeing them in the place of human beings to identify these thousands of souls and these billions of entities that's coming through the black hole. I say, that's cool. After a while, a couple of days into seeing all these people, almost to the very end of the dream, I entered into this room, and it was this table full of all this exotic food. And it looked like a soul food setting in Alabama, Mississippi, South Carolina, because they had these old black women in white clothes, and they was putting all this food. And I said, okay, shit. We're getting ready to eat some down-home cooking. So I sat at the table and I tasted the stuff, and the taste tasted like nothing that I had a taste in my life. The spices was something that was rare. And I said, shit, this is something else. Then I said, oh man, wait a minute, I must be in something. This must be a form of something that is about to occur. So after a while, the next day I was in another party. And then in the middle of the party was all these people in the room. Like I said, they give us all these people. Then I was near the kitchen. and these little short people came out. And they looked like they had Kenny Cloth faces. Although the colors in the face looked like Kenny Cloth and African material, but it was skin. And I said, oh, you all must be the demon. Well, goddamn it, do what I say. Do this and do that. And they was just laughing at me. They're just laughing and laughing. Oh, goddamn, them motherfuckers won't do shit. Then I said, oh, that's right, y'all demons. Y'all real jokeful motherfuckers, too. So, niggas just be saying all kind of things to get his point across. But anyway, it's ridiculous, man. This ridiculous. Ever since this entity was born, man, he's just really an idiot. But there's one just inside of me. He just really just comical. He just say what the hell he want to say. But anyway, I said do some stuff, and they were just laughing at me. They was near the kitchen. But I realized, okay then, all these people in this room, but this is another aspect of trying to indicate that you are in another world. You're in another world. And then all these parties started. They were just, and I still seeing these mass parties. And these people was having this celebration and all that. And then the nurses came by one Saturday at 6 o'clock. We started jamming the music and drinking the damn sauce, the two sisters. And we partied from 6 o'clock to 6:30 in the morning. No sleep, just jamming. Then they came by and we partied from 6 o'clock the next weekend till 1 o'clock, 6 o'clock Saturday evening to like 1 o'clock Sunday morning. I said, these motherfuckers won't go no damn well. But when we was up in there, the energy change and stuff, and it was like a whole nother dimension. I said, what the hell is going on? I said, oh, I get it. I said, the parties that I was seeing in the dream is done spilt over into the physical realm. And we done had a month of parties. Even last night, I said, oh, you motherfucking niggas know I got a damn lecture tonight, tomorrow. Just partying. So some stuff, but I said, okay, here's the damn white man done came and was slipped in. And he got black people, stopping black people from partying and congregating and getting together. You see, I said, okay, I see what's going on here. But the key here is they're stopping the dream realm, and you got to do the dream thing. But we done tried some tryptophan stuff. We done tried some, the Sominex is good. But the Sominex is a drowsy sedative. You got to get that blue pill because it's lucid. You just get a good dream. It's the only thing where you get that good serious dream. That's so you get the serious dream and stuff. And so whatever the deal is and stuff, I go under, and each time you go under, this dream realm unravels more and more. It unravels more and more. Now, well, how much time we got? Okay, now I'm going to jam this on you. I'm going to jam this on you. Okay. This entity that
on that committee, and then that committee will report to you and me so we can make sure we got things going the way it's supposed to go.
Good evening to you African brothers and sisters here stuck in the cold, barren lands of North America. It's a pleasure to have this opportunity to spend a few moments to talk to you about a few things that, of course, of some great importance to us. You all right? You all let me know you okay? Everybody okay? And we're going to talk about a few things, a lot of things. I'm going to go about as much through it as I can to try to add some clarity to the confusion. It's a pleasure to have this opportunity to be back in Minnesota again. I remember being in this hall about 3 years ago. Oh, I believe I was here about February 14th, almost about the same day last time. And brother raised a question about the pictures. I remember last time I was here, I went outside and spent an hour having pictures taken by the Minnesota Daily. And when the story actually appeared, none of the pictures that were in the pose shots were used. It was a picture of me with my eyes all open and my mouth all down, and it was the worst possible picture that they could find to dehumanize the dialogue that I was presenting. So we don't have any need for any pictures this time, because everyone who we want to talk to is already here. And that has something to do about the focus of our discussion. I was asked earlier if I would like to have appeared on the Pacifica station, I guess it's the public broadcasting station here, to do a little interview. And I have to say that there's nothing about what we're doing that has any value or appeal to others. In other words, our case now must be made with each other. We must be decisive about our relationships with the people who we give credibility to. Therefore, our dialogue is with each other. They have enough leadership, enough money, they control enough continents, they have done enough to get direction from their own. Some will seek direction from you, but in spite of that, our responsibilities are to each other. God bless the one who cover his own ass. So, there's not much need for the external dialogue. I really enjoy when Europeans come to the lecture, because all Europeans are not against the Africans. Some are. We will talk about specifically those at the top who are not only against Africans or people of color, but even are against some people of their own race. This is very important, that we not underestimate their inability to get along with each other. We're going to talk a little bit about the war now between the WASP and the Zionists, because they keep wanting to say what Coakley going to do to better clarify what a Zionist does. But I will tell you, you got a WASP on your hand. And he has decided he will take you on now because he has witnessed others take you on, and instead of diminishing, they have grown. Therefore, you have been signaled as a vulnerability. You probably will come under some form of attack. I wish you well. I wish you well. You will receive whatever you gave. That is only and truly the law that we all live by. So we're going to talk a little bit about their own inabilities of getting together, what I call the Tower of Babel dilemma. They have done about all that they can do. Now they're having a hard time understanding each other. And then we have to prepare to ourselves for what looks to be an inevitable fall. Well, here we are at the University of Minnesota, the Golden Gopher. Now, word up. Part of the dialogue this evening will be in code. I have great amusement of watching Europeans trying to slow down a rap record to listen exactly to what they think is being said, because the talk is too fast for them to catch on. And so they got it on slow drag, right, trying to catch the word by word, because they got the feeling that somewhere in the confusion and in the dialogue, we're getting real focused about what we're about, and that the slack is coming out of the relationship, and that the law may be enforced. The law is you reap what you sow. So there's great attentiveness to what it is that you're about, what you're up to. And that's a welcome opportunity, because, yes, we might be the ones to watch. The ones you have chased around the planet might be the ones who have the response mechanism built within the structure to deliver upon you the law and relieve you of this burden of anxiety about what's going to happen next. Now, I saw here on the page of the paper, the front page of the Minnesota Daily, a story yesterday. I like talking to these stories because I want to show it on the screen. It was yesterday's paper, and I'm just looking for it down here somewhere. Yesterday's paper. Oh, here we go. Message of hate. This is the Minnesota Daily yesterday. and it's a question mark on it. So let's have a trial tonight. I take the challenge that they could put the question mark on me, but I'm here and bear the burden of taking the question not only off of me, but taking it off of them and putting it on them, exclamation point. That's what we're going to do here tonight, to prove about who is the bearer of the hate and what they have done with the knowledge and the feelings that they've had. Says alarmed Jewish leaders said Wednesday they, quote, would not sit back and ignore the upcoming campus speech by Steve Coakley, whom they decry as an anti-Semite spouting, quote, a message of hate. Is Matthew Evenet here? The guy who wrote this story, is he here? What's the definition of anti-Semite?
What many say, or what the Jewish leaders at the time are saying to me, as anti-Semite. I think what they're meaning is anti-Jewish.
Well, then, it should then say anti-Jewish, since he understands that there may be some disparity between the use of one word and the use of another word that might be more focused. But to dim the focus and not to make it appear as if you're being isolated by others, you get a group term, and you may not even qualify for standing in the group. So if this were a court tonight and I was the prosecutor, the first thing I would seek to do is to get a stipulation about what the term anti-Semite means, because if we get clarity on the term, we might get a better understanding of the attack. So, it's prosecutor, no clapping in the courtroom. Now, since Coakley, who also spoke at the university in February of '88, was fired from his job as a Chicago mayoral aide 3 years ago after being quoted as saying Jewish doctors were injecting black infants with the AIDS virus. Now, in the last story in the paper here in the Daily, they did run my answer to that question, which was that was not a quote from me. That was a quote from someone who I quoted. 2 little white students at Xavier University in Cincinnati. Oh, and let me correct the flyer, because I saw on the flyer it says aide to Harold Washington. When Harold Washington was the mayor, I was the chief researcher for the Committee on Rules of the City Council. All of it in the patronage combine of the mayor, but I didn't directly work for the mayor until after Harold Washington was assassinated, and we'll talk a little bit about that too. Says here, Carol Wirtschafter, W-I-R-T-S, C-H-A-F, Schafter, T-E-R. Carol Wirtschafter, Assistant Director of the Anti-Defamation League in Minnesota, said, quote, we are disappointed that Africana is having him back for a second time. Well, let's deal with the word Africana. Do Africana mean that Africana bend when Europeans show up? All around this country, when I went to Hampton University, we have black president down there, black student campus, the largest endowment of any of the black schools, but the African Student Union was in jeopardy of introducing me because the African president said they didn't want anti-George Bush activity on the all-black campus. So I turned to the African Study Group, who said they wouldn't be recognized by the university if they were to get caught introducing me. I told them they could do whatever they chose to, but they got to get back the word African, right? We're tired of our own people using the word African and black, and every time a European show up, they bend for the European. That's not African, and that's not black. So if it be the Africana Student Council, Student Center, or Cultural Center, then let it be that means that no European can make it do anything that it doesn't choose to do within reason of respectability and morality. That's the law. Check. Okay. So, Carol, are you here tonight? Carol here? We named the names because these tapes go out all over the country. I couldn't tell you. When this brother videotaped this program last time, it ran on cable TV here. That University of Minnesota lecture went all over the country. And I remember the little white guy who was up in the back. He says, I'm here from the Anti-Defamation League, and this is Black History Month, and I came here thinking I was going to hear some good old Negro history, and all I hear is hate. And I asked him, what it felt like to go to an X-rated movie and get surprised when you see some sex. It says, during the past several years, the Africana Student Cultural Center has sponsored speeches by a number of radical and many say anti-Jewish blacks, including Coakley, Louis Farrakhan, and Kwame Ture, formerly known as Stokely Carmichael. I'm very proud to be included in the band of radicals who probably are just ordinary African people who had enough and know enough about the law to stand up and call for the imposition of the law so that everybody can reap what they sowed. I see, sister, that they will force you to respond, Sister Latika. She says everyone on the campus reserves the right to bring in the speaker they choose to. So does Africana. And we stand up and respect that right to the point that we say, if after I leave here, if one of you all even slightly believe that one hair on your hair was risen as a result of some negative apprehension or result of others outside the race, then just call me and sound the alarm. We have enough Africans who are serious about liberation that will arrive here and take care of the business. Check. I thank them for putting it on the front page because probably some of y'all wouldn't have been here if they hadn't have done it. You see, in the Jewish community, it depends on what region you're in, the strategy has changed. See, it used to be, I had a tape of lecture program here, me on Crossfire with the guy Irv Rubin from the Jewish Defense League, but after they used to put me on different shows around the country and try to embarrass me, sometimes put me on with 2, 3, 4 people against me, handling these people without a sweat, even with a smile, resulted in me not being on no more shows because the shows couldn't be used against me. Okay, fine. We're not talking to everyone anyway. But subsequent to that, then the strategy changed from coming out and raising a big hullabaloo about my appearance and my landing to just ignoring the fact that I was ever even here. Sometimes that aids and abets the strategy because sometimes you don't get excited till you see something they don't want. That's just one of our hang-ups right now. In fact, tonight I will prove that there is a conspiracy to kill the African people, and I brought just what you need to verify it. You see, everywhere Coakley go, it's that Coakley talking all that shit. He ain't proved shit. So I bring all this good white material, good white sources from good white authors and good white books, and good white established sources from good white universities, because right now, when the question comes up about whether we're right or wrong, we need the good white people to say it. And that's an addiction of the people who've been victimized and colonized by another race of people. So I brought a bunch of good white sources so they can say, yes, Coakley, he showed the book from the time. Yeah, he backed this shit up. Right? He backed this shit up. He had the white people shit. Right? So this is something we're going to get over. We got to get over it, right? But I bring it. I know the stuff, right? You hear on the Dallas tape, they stole my bags. I stood there for 4 hours and quoted every page, every line, every paragraph, because I know my shit, right? But I know my shit in a way that they can come in and steal the shit. I can still talk to you for 48 hours without stopping, without ever saying the same thing twice, because in a revolutionary struggle, you internalize your information. You can do without an assault that takes it away. So I bring this for you. Anyway. Says Coakley's views, many Jews say, are similar to Touré's. Check. I saw the brother's lecture that he gave here. The year after I left, it was an excellent analysis of Zionism. I love the brother's attack, and I appreciate the AAPRP being in the vanguard of an anti-Zionist coalition. Because I remember when Mandela came, all them thousands of flyers put out to call the question, where they went into the United Nations and took back the resolution, not because the countries believed that it was so, but because the United States whipped countries into line on behalf of the state of Israel and did it in a way that got the vote the way they wanted it, not because the people believed that their values of Zionism had changed. And we're going to talk about, and you need to just understand this, it's in the Rose Rothschild tape, the difference between cultural, spiritual, and political Zionists. In fact, we can just jump on the spiritual and the political. The spiritual is that I'm waiting on the Messiah to come and lead me to the promised land. I know I'm the one that was foretold to be the one that this Messiah would rise up from amongst. Therefore, I know as soon as the circumstances present itself, then we're going to get some rescue help. Then again, I might be sitting around looking at the clock, seeing it's getting late in the game, and I know ain't nobody showing because I wasn't in at all. In fact, I was impersonating it. Therefore, I changed my strategy, and I wanted the politicians to recognize my relationship with God, because only a devil, little satanic, weak politician could recognize something that they couldn't prove biblically. That's the difference between the spiritual and the political. So Theodore Herzl, with the money from Rothschild, went out and sought political recognition of the state of Israel, and that's where the Balfour Agreement came from, with Balfour as a part of a secret society with Cecil Rhodes, who had been assisted by Lord Rothschild in South Africa. And we got some good white Harvard, Yale, Princeton sources down here in the book called The Anglo-American Establishment to talk about the role between Rothschild and Cecil Rhodes, to verify the role as being succinct and well-known, well-established. It's just the dialogue is diminishing. So we'll just talk a little bit about them differences, but I know brother's viewpoints are similar to mine, and that's a plus for the race. During his 89 university appearance, for example, Coakley said the Trilateral Commission, made up of corporate leaders from the United States, Western Europe, and Japan, is spearheading a white supremacist conspiracy. Well, let's see what has happened since 89. Well, the Cold War was ended. It was ended in the Foreign Affairs magazine, just where it started at. It started there with George Kennan in 47 under Mr. X, and it ended there in 88 with the declaration by the editorial board that the Cold War was dead, white boys unite. Now, Steve Coakley said that the Trilateral Commission was spearheading this, and we know right now that the world is being divided under two specific leadership groupings, one under the Supreme Security Council, yet to be named Supreme, but setting up in the Supreme position, and the G7, which just met 3 weekends ago in New York, controlling the world's financial policy. Well, if you know anything about the G7, you know that the G7 came as a result of the annual economic summits, which started in 76 by Gerald Ford at the behest of a meeting with the Trilateral Commission, who wanted an overt annual economic connection that would groom the people to accept leadership from the United States, Western Europe, and Japan. And this triangle, a three-sided relationship, resulted in the rise of something called the G7, which ain't but a front group for the Trilateral, which works at the behest of the North American chairman, David Rockefeller. And we'll better describe all of that. But you ought to thank me for having been here in 89 and saw this for you, because it came to be so. In fact, it's probably more accurate than some of the professors around here. Maybe they offer me a visiting fellowship. I wouldn't take the shit no way. In fact, I don't even know why you here. What did the white man here in Minnesota do to earn your trust? What did he do? What did he do here to earn you bringing money to him, standing at the feet of the one that colonized your race, asking them to educate you? How uneducated could you be? So I hope to free all y'all, because we ain't got no business being here. In fact, I would suggest to you, word up, that if the thing is going to happen, what's got to happen first is you got to pull off of your white man. It's going to be hard pulling you away. It's going to be hard pulling you away, because somehow you think sitting here kissing his butt, doing what he say, showing up at 8 o'clock, writing papers when he say write, talk like he say talk, see things the way he say see things, sit there for 6 fucking months paying for this shit to get one little letter. I'll give you a whole page full of that shit. You don't need to be paying them for that.